Pinwheel in the Wind, and today is another Mommy Chat video. Today's question that we'll be answering is, how has motherhood changed you? A lot of times in our culture and society and movies and different things, motherhood just isn't as rejoiced as it used to be. I feel like in our society today, a lot of times it's almost viewed a little bit negative. Not like you would see a mother and think negatively, but like, oh man, I have a kid now I can't go and do the things that I want, and like, you know, like, or maybe even like we have to have all of our ducks in a row before we have our kids. You know, we have to live life first. And so today we're going to be talking about motherhood. What are the pros and what are the cons, and so on. How has motherhood changed you? So first of all, let's start off. Who were you before motherhood? How would you describe yourself before you were a mom?
So I would say I was probably pretty spontaneous, and I think that changes after you have a baby. And I was probably a lot more outgoing, and I thought that I thought my love languages were different than they were. So I really thought that I was like a physical touch person. And I would have explained myself as being just like this cuddle bug, like just, you know, really wanted snuggles, that kind of thing person, and that changed. Having babies, so yeah.
So then who are you now? How would you describe yourself now?
Yeah, so I am a lot more structured and organized because I have to be with having 3 kids, almost 4. And not as spontaneous, but I don't think that's because I don't want to be. I think it's just real life. Like, I can't just drop everything and take my kids to a movie when they're babies, you know. And I feel very, like, touched out sometimes. Like, my little one's pulling on me all day long and, like, needing things and wanting hugs and cuddles. I love it. But then, like, my husband comes home and he's like, oh, hey, wants to give me a hug or whatever. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, hey. And I don't have as much to give him. Like, and I think I didn't expect that about myself, because I really thought of myself as being a physical touch person beforehand. So that has really changed, I think, too, yeah.
So for me, I would say before motherhood, how would I describe myself? Crazy.
Aren't we all?
But I was very, very outgoing. I think I sang a lot. Like, I would walk around just singing all day, and very young. And I wasn't, well, I mean, I was young, but but acted a lot younger than I even was. And very kind of go with the flow. I still enjoyed structure. I feel like I still enjoyed structure, but I was much more go with the flow. I'm very, very adventurous, wanting to go was me. Like, I don't like being inside all day and things like that. After having babies, I have 2 now. Yeah, I would say personality-wise, I probably still would like to be go, but I'm not, because that's not what my babies need right now. But I feel like I've grown in maturity of accepting the season that I'm in, and not just accepting, but embracing the season that I'm in. I have little babies, and that means that, you know, I can't just go out to the movie whenever I want to, or, you know, whatever the scenario is. And that's okay, because that's the season that I'm in. I feel like in America's society, one of the things they're kind of like, oh, we're not so, like, excited about parenthood, because that means giving up our freedoms. And to an extent, that's true. You are giving up some of those freedoms of just being able to do whatever you want because you're caring for another person. But it also grows you as a person. In my opinion, I've grown up so much since having babies. And I was older, but I just grew up in maturity and in sensibility, but also still having fun. Like I said before, I would sing all the time. Well, now, you know, like, I will belt out Let It Go with my 2-year-old girl, and we will rock it. And, you know, it kind of gave me more of an excuse to be that younger person that I was inside still as well.
Yeah. And I love what you said about embracing the season that we're in, because it's so important to do that, but sometimes it's hard to. It's just hard to really think about it when you're living the day-to-day life. But yeah, I think it's really important to, like, encourage our children to do the same thing. Like, you know, my daughter is 4 and she like actually talks about her future a lot. Like she's talking about like being a mommy and all these things. And of course I want to encourage that in her because she's dreaming and it's beautiful. But it's also beautiful to be walking out like a live in the moment kind of lifestyle too, so that they can see how to really hone in on and embrace the season that they're in, because they're in their own season, you know. Yeah, it's good.
So what would you say are the pros to motherhood? If you had to stand before someone that, you know, is like, I don't really want to be a mother, but I'm pregnant, like what would your pros be that you would just like immediately say like, yeah, but this?
The love that you have for your kids. Like, I think that when you like find that person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, like in a husband, it's beautiful and it's a different type of love. And it's like, yes, we're committed to each other forever. But it's not like an instinct. It's not like an internal, like a mother, like bear who has this baby and then will do whatever they can to like protect them. It's a physical, like in our bodies, we are physically designed to like care for this child. And it just, I think it grows your capacity, like for love, for like other people's kids, for other, not that I'm like, I love other people's kids as much as mine. It's different, of course, but it's like I look at other people's kids and I'm like, oh, it's so cool. I'm noticing those things. And also kids just bring so much life. Like there's so much fun and there's so much vibrancy to having little kids running around your house and stuff. So
like having babies for the so for the early years, it's so exhausting and tiring, but at the same time it's just so much more full. There's just so much life around you. You know, you're dragging yourself into bed at the end of the day, tired and worn out. But like when you really think about it and you can get out of your tired days for a moment and think about it, like your life is so much more full than it was before, in a good way. In a good way.
Yeah, that's good.
Are there cons?
I mean, how can you say that? I know, right? I mean, of course we're tired. Of course, I don't know. It's harder to maybe practice self-care or something when you have these little ones that you have to care for. But it's like so worth it. It's just it's so worth it. I highly recommend having babies. I do. It's fun. And it's also fun with your husband, because now you have this little person that your husband and you are connecting over. I don't know if you and Mark do this, but like when my husband and I go out on a date, we literally have to tell each other we're not going to talk about the babies because that's what you want to do. Like you want to show him videos from during the day. Oh, he did this. He was so cute. And you really have to set a boundary. Like we're just going to talk about each other right now, or like, you know, and it's just, but it's fun. It's fun to have that connection point.
This might be a weird or bad analogy, but I'm going to use it anyways. Of like if you and your husband started a business together and you'd like find excitement in growing that business and you talk about it, and it would be something that you birthed together, this business that's growing and it's exciting. Well, it's the same thing with children. Like it's better with children.
Totally.
Way better than a business. A baby's better than a business. But
it's a good analogy.
But yeah, you birth this child, this human being, and now you and your partner are working together to build this human being into an adult eventually.
It's beautiful.
And if you don't have a partner, it's still the same thing. Like if you think about a business, if you didn't have a partner, like it's still you are creating this thing that you can be proud in. And a baby is the same way. They love you. Like you love them. Your heart grows in its capacity so much. Cons, there are cons, but they all pale in comparison to the pros. Cons, you are going to be more tired. You are going to get used to random things like, you know, cleaning up vomit. Like you're going to get more used to that than you were before. You know?
And the other thing is too, like children are just actually messier, you know, in life, and like all the bodily fluids. And I wouldn't say that that's necessarily a con, but it's nasty, you know, cleaning up vomit and all the things.
It's a con. Okay. It's a con. We can just say that. It's a con.
It's not fun.
But they pale in comparison. Like honestly, like before having a baby, vomit would totally gross me out. Like I couldn't even imagine it. And now it's like, I mean, it's not fun, but it's like, it's not like, oh no, I can't clean this up. It's not like that. It's like, oh, okay, this sucks, but we're moving on with
You
our
just do
day.
it.
And
Exactly,
you know, it's
exactly.
it's interesting how much you change and how much those things don't really bother you. They just kind of become funny.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. And something to like joke about with your husband or another friend or something. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
So motherhood is a plus.
Yeah. It is. It's just a funny thing to say.
It is.
Yeah, we love
It is.
Yeah.
So that is all for today. How has motherhood changed you? Our basic answer is it makes you so much fuller
Yeah.
internally, and it fills you in ways that you didn't know were empty before.
Yeah.
And so
That's good.
we both think it's a plus.
Yeah.
But this series, Mommy Chats, is answering your questions about motherhood, wifehood, househood, livinghood, all of the hoods. Leave a comment below. What is your question about the hood? What's your question?
She knows.
I did grow up in the hood. But leave your questions down below. Subscribe so you don't miss the next videos, and give this video a thumbs up. Until next time, bye!